Hello, everybody. It's about that time. Let's go see what's in the fridge today. Hey, everybody. Thanks for stopping by Gregsbeerreviews again today. Today's beer comes from Flying Dog. This is their Kujo Imperial Coffee Stout. Stout with coffee added, 8.9% alcohol by volume. Flying Dog makes some really good stuff, and some of their stuff I'm not too overly impressed with. Uh, I haven't done a lot of their beers lately. When I first started doing beer reviews, I did several of their beers, and their Raging Bitch, their Belgian IPA, was my favorite at the time from them. So decided to pick up a couple more of their beers the last time I was out at Barrel Chest, and I haven't done this one, don't think, and decided to pick it up since it was an Imperial Coffee Stout, and see where this one ends up. So, as I told you guys before, or many times before, a lot of the craft beer, when I first started on craft beer over 5 years ago, a lot of the beers were kind of mediocre. The breweries were just getting fired up, and they were tweaking the recipes and getting better at what they do. And nowadays, I wouldn't hesitate to say that 80% or more are doing better beers than they did when they first got started up, because they have tweaked their recipes and got better at what they do. So I get a lot more B and A beers now than I did when I first started doing the reviews 5 or so years ago. So the quality has came up, and their beer prices has also gone up a little bit, especially when they get a cult following on a lot of their beers, like Hop Slam and Heady Topper and Pliny and a lot of those beers that have a lot of hype to go with them. And Three Floyds has some of those beers, and once they get something and they figure out that it's a good thing, then it seems like the price goes up a little bit on some of this stuff, and especially if it's something that's it's bourbon barrel aged. I mean, those beers are very pricey sometimes, and rightfully so, because those barrels take up a lot of space in the brewery, and they leave them set there for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9 months, a year or so, and that's money. That's money sitting there taking up space. And the longer it sits there taking up that space, usually the more that beer costs when it goes into the bottle. So, but we end up with some great treats when they use some first run bourbon barrels, and it sits there 6, 8, 9, 12 months in those barrels. We get some really big beers and some really tasty beers. So it's why when you look at something and if you see it's bourbon barrel aged and it's twice what a regular beer is, that's why. And especially when you get to the 9, 10, 11, 12 percenters, that's why it costs more money to brew those bigger beers, and then the time it sets in the barrels, taking up space adds cost to the beer, and that's the bottom line. So, well, I haven't done this one, I don't think. So this is Kujo, and they're out of Frederick, Maryland. So, like I said, I haven't done a lot of their beers lately, so decided to pick up a couple when I was out there, something that I don't think I had done before, and I don't think that I've done this one before. So, and I'm a big coffee fan. I do like a couple of big cups of coffee in the morning. So like that, and they've added the coffee here. So we're a lot of times you'll get that from the malt sometimes, where they haven't added coffee. But when they add the coffee to it, I mean, you get that espresso type coffee taste and aroma. So let's see where this one goes, guys. Like I said, 8.9%. Rate Beer has this at 40 IBUs. Commercial description says deep black color with a mousse-like head, chocolate black and roasted malts, vanilla and chocolate aroma and flavor. Flaked barley and oats, which gives a nice creamier mouthfeel to the beer. For a creamy texture, is what it says here. Dry finish and slightly roasted coffee aftertaste made with black dog coffee. 8.9%. Pretty big beer. Imperial, or double, whatever you want to call it. Over to the food pairings for this style of beer. It says the cheeses are buttery, brie gouda, Havarti, Swiss, and since this style goes well with your chocolate dishes. Meat is beef, smoked meat, game, and grilled meat. Glassware is pint, becker, non-tumbler, snifter, oversized wine glass. Got my favorite glass again today, guys, and can be solid for long periods of time. I do understand that sometimes the coffee fades if you try to sell this beer 3, 4, 5 years or longer. So I don't know how much is going to fade for how long. So I wouldn't be a big fan of selling this beer for a long time. You probably already have this beer within 2 to 4 years, and even then some of the coffee may fade. So we're going to do it fresh. And I'm not sure about dating on these guys. There's something written on the bottom of the label, and I'm going to have to get my glasses, a pair of my glasses out here to look. It looks like it says 096B16. Don't have a clue what that means, guys. It seems to me that if they take the time to print those silly ass numbers, and they've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, they could just put month, day, and a year. Don't understand. So thumbs down to them for not putting month, day, and a year and putting some silly ass code on there where you got to figure out what the frick it means. So, all right, that's all we need to talk about here. So let's start pouring and stop flapping. Got 3 openers left. That's all. Got to run on them right before Christmas. Got 2 orange and 1 black left. If you're looking for one, let me know. And by the time you see this, I'm about a week ahead. I'll let you know what's left and how to get one. Alright, there's the bottle so you can see it. About a finger of head over into the light. There is none. It's pitch black, guys. Dark as night. Dark as a no moon night. Or like I say, dark as used Harley motor oil. Of course, we wouldn't want to drink that stuff. We want to drink this stuff. Let's get a nose on it. Oh yeah. Getting that rich coffee espresso aroma to it. Rich roasted malt. Maybe some hints of tobacco in there. These beers, when they add coffee and these rich stouts, I get a little bit of tobacco in those aromas. Go well with a Maduro wrapped cigar, which I might have to fire up. And I told you guys that I was thinking about doing a cigar and beer pairing review. And now that we've done all this work in the house trying to get it on the market, we don't smoke in the house. So we won't have to wait till it warms up where I can do maybe a beer like this and a cigar review outside. So, because we don't smoke in the house anymore. Or we may have to wait till I get to Florida to see that review. Very nice. Maybe some hints of some dark fruit in there too. But the coffee is and the roasted malt is standing out more than anything else. Got a nice sweet back end. Let's give it a taste. Cheers. Ooh, yeah. Very nice. Very nice coffee. Espresso. Very nice. this could be a nice breakfast beer if it wasn't for the almost 9% alcohol. I don't know if you'd want to drink a 9% and go to work. A lot of places frown on that. And if some of them have you blowing a tube and they smell alcohol, you might lose your job. So I wouldn't recommend that, guys. Unless you work for yourself, self-employed or something like that. Or you're going to be home for the day. Nice weekend beer. Have this on a Saturday or a Sunday with your breakfast or something. Nice coffee taste. Very nice. Very nice espresso coffee taste to this beer, guys. It's right out of the fridge, 40 degrees, and kind of feeling those flavors are going to come out just a little bit more as it warms up. Very nice. Very nice. Nice, tasty coffee stout. Alright, let me take it out. She's already outside. I think she's outside puffing on a cigar. Let me take it out there and let her have a taste 2 or 3 and fire up my cigar to go with it, and we'll come back here shortly and I'm going to sip on it probably about 35-40 minutes and see where this one ends up. I'll be right back. I promise. Alright guys, I'm back. Been sitting on it about 35-40 minutes. Very tasty beer. Very nice rendition of a Imperial coffee stout. Coffee added to this. I'm getting that nice espresso notes on this. Went very well with the cigar that I was smoking, which was finishing up a Gurkha. I'm trying to think what the name of it was, but I can't remember right off the bat. It's a nice Maduro wrapped cigar. It's a nice full-bodied cigar. Went very nice with this. This is a very excellent beer. The only fuss I've got about this is they've got that silly ass code on the bottom of the label here instead of having a month, day, and a year. Not a big fan of those codes, guys. Y'all know me by now. The time it takes to print that silly ass code, they can put month, day, and a year, and be just as good. And I hear people say, well, that's for their references, and that's for production, that's for this, that's that, or the other. Horse hockey. Put the month, day, and a year on it, or get the fuck out of the game, is what I'm saying. There's the F-bomb. That's the way I feel about it, guys. If you got a machine that's going to print that on the label, why not put the month, day, and a year and be done with it, instead of somebody have to look up something somewhere, your website or whatever, to find out when the beer was put in the bottle. Final chug on this one. Wonderful coffee aroma on this. Most excellent. Cheers. Wow. Delicious. Very well made beer. The alcohol is hidden. Not getting any of that for almost a 9% beer. To me, guys, my 2 cents, it's a 10 beer in a 9 bottle because of the dating on it. And I know it's not critical on an Imperial Stout, but on an Imperial Coffee Stout, I'm afraid that coffee is going to fade if you try to sell this beer for 5-10 years. So, we'd like to see them put month, day, and a year. They're taking the time to print some silly code on there where it could just as easily be month, day, and a year and be done with it, where everybody can read it and know what the beer is about when it was put in the bottle without having to go to their website and try to decipher something. So, just my 2 cents. So, great beer though. It is a great beer. Very well made beer. Nice coffee flavor. Very nice. Very, very nice. Like I said, 10 beer in a 9 bottle for me. If I was putting a numeric rating on the information that I have on the bottle, I would probably give this a 97 or a 98. And it could easily get a 100 if it had the right date on the bottle. So, over to Beer Advocate, they say 89 in a very good range. I think it's better than that. I think it is an A beer, guys. I just wish they would do a proper dating on it. And over to Rate Beer. Rate Beer says 98 overall and 78 in a style. So the 98 from them, I would probably give it a 97, maybe a 98. It is tasty. It is a very tasty beer. We have no idea unless you go to their website and try to figure out the code they put on the bottle when it was put in the bottle. knowing Martin over to Barrel Chest, it is a fresh beer, but we shouldn't have to decipher something on the label there. And it's not your typical Julian code for the day and the year there, because like I told you before, 096B 18 it looks like. And I have no idea what that means, guys. There's no 5 in the date. So, I don't know. I don't know. So, if you've had this one from Flying Dog, their Kujo Imperial Coffee Stout, let me know what you think of it. I thought it was very tasty. Just wish they would do something with their dating process. So, with that being said, let me know what you think if you've had it. And come on back tomorrow. Let's go see what's in the fridge. See you then.